straightforward lineup with the easy execution. I would say this is normal Dota. On the side of Cut, you have a lot of things that need to go well together, especially like this techie sanking lane. I want to see how Bristleback is going to go with his timings. Last time they played it, wasn't so impressed, but they did play against EG, and EG played that game extremely well. So I want to see, because this is his, like, you know, his hero. I want to see Scourge McDuck going ham on the Bristleback.
Well, he is technically a pig bear porcupine, I think is what the guy
Yeah,
was
he's
saying.
a half bear, half pig, half human. That's what he is.
Man, bear, pig, something like that? I
Yeah.
don't know. Looking forward to seeing what kind of puns you can pull out for this particular game, though. And yeah, it's a little bit of a question mark with the draft coming out from the Cut. I do have that comfort pick for Scourge McDuck, but also the fact that we have the techie Sand King lane. It seems like that's going to be a lane to definitely keep your eyes on. So
The battle begins.
see what they can do here.
Oh, the sticky bomb. Man, Tech is such a good hero. I need to start playing this hero. I said I'm going to do it, but I'm afraid that you know, my behavior score is going to drop from 10,000 up down to 6,000. I feel like if I keep spamming this hero, maybe I need to win. We'll see. I put a lot of faith in this hero after reading the patch notes. I felt like this hero is going to be played a lot more. We've seen TSM FTX play this hero, and it looked really good in Moon Meander's hands. So I want to see what B-God can do. Was very impressed the way he played Skywrath Mage when he was playing against the EG. At least the first game, I believe he played Skywrath Mage all 3 games. But yeah, he did really well. And this is what Tiny on the bottom lane is really good against. Like Sanking, level 1. He's also starting with the Burrow Strike. Not sure if that's needed. Maybe they wanted to have like kill potential, but with a sticky bomb, I don't think they do have enough damage. What Tiny does is he pushes out the waves naturally with the tree grab, and then Sanking can't get like the caustic, so maybe that's why. I would prefer if that's a sandstorm instead of the burrow.
Well, it can be countered though sometimes fairly easily, right? The fact that you just drop the sentry, you can really kind of bully the Sand King, but
Sentries do cost gold, and people don't want to buy that.
but they should.
They should. They definitely should. Here's another burrow strike.
Another sticky bomb attached over to Bloody 9. They still have plenty of regen though online. This mid matchup should be fairly good for the Lina, being able to just have that little bit of range. And in the top lane, do get that disruption over onto Luki Luki, but they'll still find the kill first blood on Bloody 9.
Yeah, we kind of missed that. So 8 will get it. I was cheering for techies to be able to grab that. They got level 2, and he used the blast off. Now you don't kill yourself anymore with the blast off, so that's kind of good and bad at the same time, depending on the situation. But yeah, Bloody 9, he needs to be careful. Sinking a bit low on mana. Needs to bring in some extra regen. He brought in just a bracer for now, but we'll definitely need a soul ring in this lane to be able to spam it.
Oh, a decent amount of damage, but with the Inkswell plus, no, they've got those illusions here. It's still going to be Overlord Falls, but Yarn almost falling himself.
I believe this is the 3rd game of Grimstroke that Yaren is playing. I know he's very versatile, and you know, I played a decent amount of Dota with him, and he's a great player. So I want to see him play something else as well, because I know, you know, that this hero has some limits. It's not very easy to play. He does have, in this particular game, Ember Spirit, Mars, Tiny. These are like 3 heroes that really love to jump in, and your positioning needs to be good. So I'm keeping an eye on you, Yaren, to see how you're going to do.
Are you not happy with this particular pickup? I know, like, you mentioned that you'd like to see him playing something a little bit different, but it feels like it fits the draft quite nicely.
No, I think it's a good Grimstroke game overall. Just be able to leash Sanking, leash techies. He's relatively strong in the lane, but I always had this feeling about the Grimstroke. Like, all of his abilities are so good, you don't know what you want to get. And Grimstroke loses a lot of games. Grimstroke win rate, me and Fogg always talk about it. There's this one guy that gives him info about the Grimstroke, and he is the worst hero in professional Dota in terms of win percentages of the game.
Oh, I think I remember that guy.
Yeah, it's just insane. Considering like the abilities that Grimstroke has, it's kind of weird. Disruption.
Oh?
Still gonna get off.
Still gets the stun, but there's a lot of stacks here. He's gonna try to pop that stick, and at the very last second, yes. Aaron will make sure that he can get the kill on Overlord first.
Yeah, good trade for DogChamp, especially Yaren. Shadow Demon should have used Disruption on himself. That way he doesn't get stunned, doesn't get damaged. But yeah, sometimes it's a tough decision. Maybe he didn't know about the interaction. Maybe he thought he's not going to get stunned.
I feel like he's got to know that he's still going to get stunned there.
Maybe he got surprised because it's a level 2 Inkswell.
Could be. The harassment continues, though, in the bottom lane. We see B-God continuously trying to throw out those sticky bombs over onto Bloody Nine, realizing that he is the biggest source of regen to keep that Tiny in. In the middle lane, though, that Inkswell over onto Kits will connect, and this should be a kill for Raylalisa.
Great rotation. Like, this would not happen if Grimstroke didn't die there, so it's really good that he died. Otherwise, you know, this would not be available. And Ember gets the last hit, so he's gonna have level 6 before Lina, and maybe they can try to do it one more time, possibly. This bottom lane, Stonebank, doing a very good job in terms of CSing, 34 and 11. Bloody Knight needs to be careful in this.
Ooh, that's a good spear. Very nicely done in that top lane. They end up losing Scourge. All right. I feel like Bloody Knight's gonna be so sick of getting that sticky bomb placed on him here. He's just continuously being harassed, but like you said, Stonebank doing a great job.
That's the life of IO. Everyone wants to try to focus you first. On a mid lane, Ember Spirit does TP back, uses one Remnant, comes back full HP, full mana. Let's see where the rune's gonna spawn. It's gonna be top lane. Raylalisa try to go for a cute little play with the slight into rune pickup, but there was no rune.
Do get the regen window over on the Lina in the top lane. The disruption over onto Luki. Realizing that they have no way to cancel out the TP, he can just walk away very, very easily. Surprised that we haven't seen more rotations towards the mid. Although top lane,
That's
like they
not
were
gonna connect.
They were trying to make something happen there, but couldn't quite close the gap. Another sticky bomb over onto Bloody Nine, plus the silence into that Burrow Strike. It's not looking like they have quite enough damage to finish off Bloody Nine, though. Getting very close. Ooh, oh, final one. Is he gonna use the Fairy Fire? Nah, he's dead anyways.
Bomb. He got with the plays. I mean, they're gonna be very low on HP, both of them, so I think this trade is gonna be okay. Stonebank does have kill potential once they decide to come back to the lane. Aid, he's playing this, you know, very dangerously. IO, it's not gonna bring any kind of detection. He does have a courier. Yeah, there's one sentry at the bottom, and he bought another one.
We'll see, though, that Scourge has found himself quite a few nice stacks over here in the Dire Jungle, so he's going to get a nice cast infusion from being able to take these. Get a couple neutral items as well. Bloody Nine, ooh, yeah, last hit coming out from Kits. Make sure that they get this. There'll be a Remnant forward coming out from Raylalisa, but doesn't have anything else here, so...
If he continues playing like this, he's going to be Bloody 9 deaths, because right now he's 0-3 and 0. Which is, you know, a bit weird. I thought he was going to TP bottom and they try to go for the Sanking kill, because Sanking didn't bring any kind of regen, is sitting at half HP. Yaren goes down, trying to invade, but the Bristleback with Vanguard is already there, so there's no way you can do anything to him. And on the top lane, we're going to see Shadow Demon trying to just collect some experience on the top, collect some spears. But that's going to be it.
It's been kind of an interesting game, especially, you know, just having the Bristleback again. One of the perks of this particular hero, if you have the stacks, very good at clearing them. Same thing, you know, with the Shadow Demon, but also being able to help assist in the stacks. So that allows, oh, bottom lane. All right, got the silence off. IO coming in hot, just gonna help out and get the kill.
Yeah, I think they misplayed it a little bit. DogChamp should have played this bottom lane instead of trying to move around the mid lane. We're talking about the Bristleback that you know, died only once, so that means that he's gonna have that Vanguard early on, which makes him very hard to pressure out of the jungle.
Top lane, they use the Arena. Overlord trying to buy a bit more time using that Disruption. Still will fall, though.
Dire's top
Tiny, though, taking over the net worth, not by much. But I have to say, these stacks have been very, very nice for Scourge.
Absolutely.
A multitude of them.
He also is not going for Hood this game, which is very weird, I would say. I mean, he probably knows better because he is a Bristleback spammer, but Hood feels nice against Tiny, against the Grimstroke Mars, to have a little bit of a extra survivability. Maybe he thinks they need to hit an earlier timing, so that's why he's going for Aghanim Scepter.
They have the detection in the top lane with a nice spear, so... Disruption coming out from Overloam, though. Buying just a little bit more time. Do you have the Burrow Strike? If Aid wants to try... Oh, he's a little bit short. They need one more hit, and the spear doesn't connect. Didn't quite have that vision, so Aid...
Electric, right there. It's spell casting, not on point, and Sanking survives. Maybe it's better that he did not hit that stun.
That's a good way to look at it, right?
Oh, another one.
But it cancels out. Oh, again, the spear. Solo, 70-something hit points. But he's still alive.
Where's the
Look,
stroke?
they're winding up. Okay. Does connect. But he's still...
Spear.
Another Burrow Strike.
Oh my god.
What is happening?
God, what's going on? I mean, he has level 2 God's Rebuke. I'm pretty sure he goes for the spear there, because God's Rebuke would not even kill him. Arena misses the arena, hits the... Let's see the stroke. Come on.
Come on, Yaren, come on. Oh, he doesn't even try.
I don't think I've seen this. I don't think I've seen so many failed spells in a long time in a Division 1 game.
Don't know what's going on here. Bottom lane, though, some pressure being placed onto B-God. Throw out the sticky bomb, though. Attach itself to the Tiny, but no hard committal.
For all the viewers out there, this is a good sign. You can also be a professional Dota 2 player. You know, if you can't hit the spells, you can still make it. No matter what your MMR is, you can do it.
Absolutely savage there, Mr. Lacoste. Also like to point out, we talked about having that detection early on in the lane, right? And
Yeah.
that is something that they're struggling multiple times now, where they just don't have the detection to see the Sand King. They used that dust earlier, but they probably should be caring a little bit more. Right, Lalisa, making his way
There's
up.
no way to
All
kill
right,
him
there
here.
it is. There's the Sentry Ward. Lukey, placing it down.
You need to calm down, Mox. You just slammed the table with your fist. You were very happy
I'm
about
a
this
support
tanky
player.
kill.
I like to see cores buying detection.
Yeah, I mean, more and more cores lately have been buying detection. Okay, we're gonna see that again. This is gonna be a long clip. This lasts more than a minute. It's gonna be one spear. I mean, if this man went to Olympics, we know which category he should not participate in, because those spears really did not hit. Then the arena spear hits in the end. Stroke, not even try to cast it. I mean, he could have tried to go through
I'm surprised he
2
didn't just
units.
try,
Let me
right?
see. It was a level 2 Stroke of Fate, so yeah, he could have potentially killed him if he like used it immediately, but it is what it is.
Sometimes it just be like that. All right, well, still a very...
This threw me off. Like, this last 3 minutes completely threw me off what's happening in the game. So yeah, let's check that again. Tiny has Echo Saber working towards the Shadow Blade, which is pretty standard. Try to pick up the Shard at 15-minute mark, depending how much farm you have. He's still the most farm hero in the game. And Scourge McDuck, yeah, he's going for that Aghanim Scepter. Just needs one more component to finish it off. And then they're going to try to group around, especially with the Blink Dagger on a Sanking that just been purchased. So that's going to be their initiation, burst damage. Man, I didn't check anything. I have so much work to catch upon because I've been watching the top lane.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing, though, here for the Mars did just pick up that Blink
This
Dagger.
is good. This is great. Thank you very much, Bloody9. He's going to pause the game for me. So
All right, break it down for us, Lacoste. What have we missed?
We didn't miss anything. They missed a lot of spells. We caught all of that action on camera, unfortunately. But yeah, I feel the cut once the Aghanim Scepter is done, they should try to seek for some fights. The bad thing is they don't have that much tower damage, so that's a bit of an issue. So they might need to play like with the catapults, or they need to wrap around in a mid lane and collapse. Because Bristleback is tanky. They do have more than enough. Like their burst damage is insane on their side with the Sanking, with Lina. Shadow Demon has only 1 point in the Soul Catcher right now, but you also have Techies that is level 6.
Yeah, let's discuss, you know, the techies pick up, seeing it a little bit more, right? We saw Moon Meander playing it the other day, but what specifically do you think we're going to be seeing coming out from B-God in this game? I know he's working towards that Veil. It's going to be very, very good for amplifying up the magical damage and also the damage coming out from, you know, the Lina, whatnot. But how is he going to be positioning himself in this particular game?
I hope good. He needs to be very close to use those blast-offs. Let's see. Look,
This is good. All right.
Yeah, look, he has a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier for him to initiate. And yeah, I feel like DogChamp will also be ready to fight, because Tiny, as a carry, he comes online really fast. He's about to finish off his Shadow Blade, and then they can start hunting. These two supports are very easy to burst, even though the combo is not maxed out on the Tiny. He still has more than enough damage with just an Echo Saber.
We're getting to that point where everybody's in the middle lane, so we'll get the epicenter and the silence. Io trying to heal up. Look at he's already going to fall now. Bloody 9 running for his life. The Laguna, he'll be able to take him out. As Scourge McDucky is very strong right now. It's just going to run after Yarn. Does put out the Inkswell. Scourge doesn't seem to mind too much, although it does connect over onto 2 heroes, so Yarn buying himself a bit more time, but that is the Aghanim Scepter completed for Scourge.
They also have the double damage on Lina, so this tower goes down. This is very strong timing for the cut, and they should keep the pressure out on the map. Like, try to regen the Banner, try to seek for another fight, and possibly transition that into Roche.
What do you think, DogChamp? Like, so I mean, the game is very neck and neck. It feels definitely, you know, the cut hitting this power peak, but also, do you think we should be seeing more of the Mars making rotations with like like maybe just the Grimstroke, or?
Yeah, he definitely should play with the Grimstroke, and there's the smoke. Like, they also feel very strong with the Tiny timing that I mentioned, so they want to have something done. They know that Sanking does not have ulti available. That's a lot of their burst damage, but they seem that they cannot find anything.
I like the positioning. They've dropped a ward. They're hoping that they're going to come to, you know, defend this tower. And you have Lukey sitting in a nice position. Sand King is making his way over. They see him immediately throwing out the spear. They're going to back off. They'll be a little bit shy here. They go for the arena play, but it's totally separate from the rest of the team. So Lukey is just going to absolutely melt a Scourge. Running down Yarn over here with Kit. The slow. The Piggy Pool's not going to save you. Not from the Big Pig. And the rest of the team now backing up with the Burrow Strike coming forward here. Again, dropping the sticky bomb, looking for that LSA, but the relocate will be able to bring them out to safety. The IO probably not going to be as lucky when it comes back.
Oh, they want him. They want him so bad.
Oh, they do. Look at this positioning. Even dropping the sentry just in case, but...
Yeah, this is going to be a BKB for Kit. They have no abilities that go through magic immunity, so he's going to feel very safe about the next fight on Lina. And yeah, they should just try to continue the pressure, maybe try to take one more fight and transition that into Roche, because it is available. And yeah, the burst damage is insane. Like, they don't have any BKBs yet. Tiny trying to farm up his shard, so the cut should just continue seeking for these fights and just fully committing to it. I think like even if they get the trades, it's still very worth it for them.
Yeah, definitely a bit unfortunate there for the side of DogChamp. Just too far away from the rest of the team with that arena. Stonebank does see Scourge here. They get the silence plus the avalanche, but Overlump's here. He's gonna be able to throw out the disruption. Yeah, and that piggy pole again, just trying to pig on out here, but Scourge chasing after, feeling very strong. Like, this is ridiculous when you consider the towers that are still up over here. Like, they're just diving left and right on the side of the cut because they are so strong. And again, I wouldn't be surprised to see them. They're going right to Roche, like you said. Yeah.
They don't have tower damage, so they can't really just park their heroes and siege. Their best way to take fights is just blink initiate with the Sanking and do some follow-up damage. And I don't see DogChamp trying to contest this at all.
Yeah, 8's been very on point here. Seen some nice burrows, nice initiations. And there it is. Aid already making his way to the bottom lane. He sees Ray Lalisa, burrow strike forward. They should have the lockdown. Oh no, just a little bit too slow. Ray Lalisa pushing those buttons, getting out. Just the nick of time.
A bit too greedy there. I think if he uses LSA into Dragon Slave, it's much more safer. I think he just wanted to get like the spell out into Laguna Blade. It should be enough to kill the Ember Spirit, but yeah, sometimes the button clicking is just not on point. We've seen that happen already in this game, which makes the game very entertaining.
Yes, you definitely seem like you're having a wonderful
I'm having a good time.
over
This
here.
is why I'm here. Midnight Dota for us here, you know, in EU. This is the best time to watch/play Dota.
So you're a late night Dota queuer?
Oh yeah.
It's either that or you're like, who is it? I think Jenkins, who's like 6 a.m. Dota Moxie.
I
That
don't
is the
think-
degenerate time.
I don't think I ever done that. Maybe if I was, you know, playing throughout the night until 6 a.m., that's okay. But I'm definitely not gonna wake up in the morning.
No. I'm pretty sure that
Set
he
the
wakes
alarm
up
for 5:30. Grab something to eat and then play Dota.
That's like an actual, like, you know, regular job right there. Waking up super early, you got to do your commute or whatever. No commute, obviously, for Dota, but I guess to your computer, possibly. Scourge, though, it's feeling very powerful. There are 3 heroes over here, and they just don't want to have to deal with this guy. So Leaky just going to teleport out as Stonebank and Bloody Nine will just walk out. Let's say landing over on the bottom. Not quite enough lockdown here, though, for Ray Lalisa, so he should be fine. But they do relocate. Kids, oh, he BKBs to ensure that he can just escape.
Yeah, it's a safe choice. I mean, considering how farm he is, they would get a lot of gold. He's level 16, so I can't really blame him. Tiny, after finishing his shard, is going for the Silver Edge, so that's going to be one way to deal with the Bristleback. Be able to break him and do some follow-up damage. Their damage output, however, is very limited. Like, they have Tiny's burst, and they need to catch him inside the arena. At the moment, Ember Spirit doesn't really do that much, so I'm not sure they can even kill Bristleback, especially with Shadow Demon sitting behind him. Like, even if they break him, I still feel he lives. At least at this point, they need, like, another couple of items to be able to deal with him.
Oh, we get another pause, but taking a look over here, the Techies is getting very close to that Aghanim Shard, which seems pretty good in a lot of these fights. It just gives you, you know, a little bit more of that cast range, a little bit of the second stun too, which will be very nice for these team fights.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Tiny's itemization in this game is going to be a bit tough, I would say. He plays into a lot of magical damage, so you want to get a BKB, but then getting a BKB against the Shadow Demon doesn't feel that great, having Demonic Purge on him. This is his target. Like, I don't think he's going to be using Demonic Purge on anyone else anyway. Maybe an Ember Spirit if they manage to kill Tiny first, which I don't think it should happen. So, yeah, he has a pretty easy job on the Shadow Demon. Use this ulti on Tiny and try to save up anyone that gets going on by disruption.
Started going, then we had another pause here. But yeah, it just feels like both sides, obviously the cut feeling very, very strong. They're being the aggressors, whereas DogChamp kind of, I won't say struggling, but, you know, trying to find that farm, trying to kind of dodge these fights until they have specific things online. But we're up and running again, and it looks like we've got some movement towards this middle tower. Side of the cut playing pretty close together here, looking to see if there's anyone that they can pick off, but the cut already over in this bottom area. Just trying to dodge, like we said. There's some item pickups though. Lena picking up the Shadow Blade, and now we've got the BKB for the Ember. Epicenter getting used in this bottom lane, but they didn't really manage to grab anyone. They've already got the dust over on Stonebank. Kit's still hidden. This is the reveal of that Shadow Blade.
He got him.
Gonna be able to go land the stun, the Laguna, Bloody Nine. He's hoping maybe he can get out in time. They need to just do a little bit more damage, and they have it.
They're trying to go for the split push, get something out of the map, especially now that there is still Aegis up and running for 1 minute and 20 seconds on this Bristleback, so try to avoid the fights, and once Silver Edge is ready, try to go for it. I still don't know if they have enough, especially now that Bristleback has a BKB on top of that, so it's going to be very easy to him to get it off, especially with the Shadow Demon, you know, trying to save him. How are the BKB timings on the cores? Ember has one, and Mars needs a recipe, needs 1,000 gold.
Yeah, Ember just picking that up a couple minutes earlier here, so won't be helpful for surviving, but like you said, the damage output is a little bit worrisome, especially when you consider that this Bristle does have an Aegis. They don't want to fight into that, obviously, but we'll have to have a reckoning at some point. Smoke play coming out from the cut. All right. They managed to go and take out the Aegis. Stonebank, Bloody Nine over here, just gonna tether on up. Stonebank. Trying to use a little bit of body block in the break, the toss up, but they have the follow-up though, they just blow up Bloody Nine. Stonebank is all alone here. He's gonna have to teleport, but they have the disruption. They'll cancel it out, and they'll just finish cleaning up on Tiny.
Okay, I had a bit of a misunderstanding how much damage they can do to Bristleback once they break him. I think it comes down to him not having, not even a cloak. I would definitely prefer if he has Hood on top of this, because he plays into a lot of magic damage, so they can do it. They can definitely kill him, so he needs to be more careful. Yeah, we're gonna see it again. Full combo from Tiny, gets him down to 30% HP.
Sounds like we've got a little bit of a fight going on over here as Lukey get blown up by B-God. And Rayla teleporting out, so. Looks like they're responding. About a 6K net worth lead going over to the side of the cut. This feels like DogChamp kind of struggling to find their footing here.
Once there's a BKB on Mars, I think they should try to go and make something done. Because we still haven't seen like the full 5-on-5 engagement from them, especially now that Tiny is online. Tiny deals a ton of damage, like they can easily burst any of these supports. Techies, he found a big item, Big Boy Philly, and also has Aghanim Shard, so it's much easier to cast Blast Off, increase cast range, and it's also 1.75 second stun on it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
That's a completed Silver Edge now for Kits. So we're starting to get those items online. Smoke play coming out from the side of the cut. They're looking to make a gank happen here as Lukey is in the bottom lane. He's gonna just try to push out the waves and see a couple pings come out, but there are creeps being pushed into the mid. Cut not quite sure where they want to go. You do see a line getting drawn on the mini-map, and there are several heroes putting pressure on the top tier 2. So it looks like that's where they're headed. Teleporting on up. Couple pings. They'll find Yaren over here on the side. Burrow striking forward. In comes Kits. Should be able to get plenty of damage off. So yeah, Silence gets tossed out too, but the rest of the side of DogChamp have vacated the area.
The cut, they have a good way of stopping this like side lane pushes. They have a lot of heroes that can set things up, like just Shadow Demon TPing, using a disruption, which will allow someone else to TP, and also the follow-up stun. Lina has Boots of Travel, so she wants to participate in those as well. Bristleback going for full Abyssal Blade after. I'm not sure if they needed that.
It's like full-on aggression as they will be able to toss up into the air and finish off Bloody Nine. Hit the spear over onto Aid. Kits trying to dodge away a little bit as they chip away over at Bigo. Rayla with that BKB is going to try to run out. Scourge chasing after him. Turn his attention. Should be able to maybe chase after Rayla. Now he's rooted into place. BKB coming out from Lukey. He is just off the mark with these spears today. Very unusual for him. As over on the back lines, they've left the Grimstroke all to himself, to his deathly fate.
Bristleback has 500 damage once he gets those stacks up, and there's also another double damage that just spawned for Lina. Kits, he's completely dominating this game. He's been unlocked. They gave him enough time to get online. Lina is really main.
is under attack.
damage machine in the late game, especially with the Grobo. Like she outranges a lot of these carries, and they don't like they have ways to close the gap. But there's also Gem on the Bristleback, so this Tiny's Silver Edge, like they can see him. He needs a BKB. He might even need to pick up a Blink Dagger after. They also need AC. They need a lot of items inside of DogChamp to be able to match the aggression that Cut is putting out right now. Roshan will respawn in 2 minutes. Luki gonna get found.
Lands that spear this time around, but again, here's Lena, the BKB, and that double damage over the backline. Scourge just gonna clean up on Luki, and here Kits is chasing after the IO, tries to go for the LSA, doesn't quite manage it. Just needs to do a couple more clicks, though. That silence doesn't really mean that much, although with Lisa here, perhaps it means a bit more, but he is BKB. They turn back around. Oh, that bash, though. There it is. They slide through, hit the kill on Yarn. And the Cut just showing dominance. The Stonebake frantically trying to split push, trying to get anything he can done while that fight is going on.
They definitely need Tiny in these fights to be able to get the damage. A bit of a disconnected. Seems like what they want to do, whether they want to take the fight or not. I think they could have maybe lose Luki there. Maybe even not if IO gets to relocate off. But yeah, seems like they decided to take that fight. They still have tier 2 towers on the mid lane and on the top lane. So Stonebank can come and join these fights. But I feel like he doesn't want to come until he has that BKB.
Now, he's getting very, very close to it at this point. So hopefully he'll be able to join into some of these fights. I don't think Luki and Bloody Nine expected to run into pretty much everyone there, right?
Yeah, maybe they thought it's going to be, you know, 1 or 2 heroes possibly, but so
okay,
far...
all right, that's looking pretty good. They get the silence off, and they'll pick off Lisa here. Over on the side, though, Laguna Blade coming into play, and that's going to be a dead Luki. IO Bloody Nine was hoping to come in, but all right, here comes the Tiny. Let's see what he can do. He is very much alone, though. The bash is coming through. Does a decent amount of damage, but he needs the rest of his team, and he's already lost Bloody Nine. He has no one to heal him. He's going to try to get out here, sitting pretty low, but the final hits come out from Kits as Kits just chases after Yarn. Oh dear, this is looking like it's going to be an ultra kill as it's a team wipe on the side of DogChamp.
No one wants to buy back to give this man a rampage, a bit disappointed.
The IO could have.
IO could have. Buy back into relocate could have been the play there. And now straight into Roche Pit, Roshan respawns, which is going to give them Shard and also Aegis. Bristleback should definitely pick up the Shard, the Hairball. Very nice name of the spell. I like it a lot. And yeah, we're going to see that fight again. It seems like they just don't have enough. They're extremely tanky on 2 cores. Like even tanking has decent amount of tankiness, and they also have like a ton of burst damage, as we can see. Lena, it's not so much about magical anymore. She does a ton of right click.
Yeah, how did you feel about the changes that were made to Lena? Were you a fan
First,
of
I was very confused. Like, what the hell is that? What does that even mean? But yeah, I think Lena has, you know, very good space in this meta. We've seen some off-lane Lena from the Team Secret. Oh, they're gonna find him.
Fight. Yeah, Luki is just not having a good game here.
We've seen some off-lane Lena. We've seen some position 4 Lena on a mid lane as well. Seems like this hero is very versatile. And
what do you prefer, though?
I still prefer mid Lena and the position 4. Haven't been impressed by off-lane Lena. Maybe it was because, you know, she was not paired up with the correct heroes, but feels like she has that flexibility, and she's also one of the mid laners that just doesn't lose the matchup and feels nice to play, scales well into the late game, as we can see in this particular game.
Yeah, it seems to be the name of the game for a lot of these drafts that we've been seeing recently, where we have quite a few flexible heroes, and we're constantly trying to guess, okay, how are they going to lane this? Especially things like the Death Prophet, right? Oh, that hairball. Scourge just dives right past, but they do have the break applied. They've got the avalanche toss, so doing a decent amount of damage, but they need probably someone else to get over here, so they're not going to be able to close the gap. And like you said, a blink would have been so incredibly good on this Tiny. Not that he won't get it eventually, he won't be able to make it, but he's finished up the Echo Saber at the very least, so a little bit more damage.
Yeah, disassembled the Echo, went back for BKB, and then bought Echo Saber once again. Pretty standard stuff, and they need to be careful about sieging the high ground. They have displacement tools, Mars, and also Tiny, so you gotta be careful how you approach it.
Smoke play, though. They're going to look to reclaim some of their jungle, perhaps, see if anybody's straggling behind. But the cut mostly playing in the triangle area here on Radiant and also on the top. So I feel like they've got to be a little bit closer because I feel like sometimes, you know, they get initiated and they're just too spread out on the side of DogChamp.
Yeah, we still haven't seen them like get a good initiation since Tiny picked up the Silver Edge. They've been very disconnected. They were getting caught most of the time. A lot of these fights were not 5 versus 5. Like it was Tiny missing, someone was getting picked off, and now Scourge McDuck says, you know, we want to try to close this one out.
He's got the Abyssal online too, so Lukey, there it is, the Abyssal getting used.
So now this
Blast
stun
off
from Techies. Nice chain stuns.
They look like they've thought out their draft. I mean, this was an interesting draft when we first looked at it. We were a little surprised. I know the guys were not 100% sold on this Lina, but Kiss making it look great.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, DogChamp, they're doing a very good job. They almost took down the tier 3 tower.
The Laguna Bloody 9 is evaporated. Look at Stonebank. He's just taking too much right-click damage. Gonna turn back around, but he is just dead.
I thought they were going to be able to get out. You know, maybe with a relocate. We haven't seen like these saving relocates. One on the mid lane, but that was pretty much it. And this is why Shadow Demon is such a good hero against the Tiny. Completely ruins him. Even with the BKB, you're still not moving as you would want to. Even with the spider legs, there's the stun. Man, these Techies is doing a lot of work.
The range actually is ridiculous. He was not even on the screen. You had to just catch him out the side of your eye, but Ray Lilisa will survive this. Yeah, I mean, Techies, the shard seems pretty good. I mean, could see it creeping up more and more as players start to see value on it. I look forward to when you are experimenting and playing Techies in your pubs.
Techies just probably gonna be one of those heroes that will be contested, I would say, a lot more in the upcoming months, unless something changes, unless we get some big patch. But I'm really glad that teams are picking it up. It's not an old Techies. If it was old Techies, I'd be pretty upset about it, but I'm not.
Okay. Quick dodge away, but look at this, the chain gun Lina just coming out here. All right, it's a very nice arena, but do they have the damage? Do they have enough? It's a disruption save coming out for its life. The Abyssal coming into play too. And they blow up this Bristle is the question. Bloody 9 is already dead. He's gonna buy back. They do pop the Aegis. Kits, though, over here is gonna get pinned over to the tower. Burrow Strike going forward, and the turnaround, they finally managed to kill the Lina. Scourge diving in deep, though, over here on the side. They took down a Bloody 9 falling, and this is looking like maybe a little bit too much damage here for Mr. Scourge McDuck. So he is going to fall. Overloam
into
now.
the mines.
Oh, the mines, the mines. At least looking like Overloam down. So they hold pretty well, actually, coming out from the side of DogChamp.
Oh, was that Tiny tossing him onto the Shadow Demon for the like chase potential? Kind of griefed him there. Still good base defense. They only used one buyback. It was the one from Bloody 9. Sanking didn't get too much off. He got only like one Burrow Strike and didn't have enough mana to cast the Epicenter. But yeah, this Tiny. We talked about the displacement tools, the spear and the toss back. You got to be careful how you approach the high ground. And Tiny got a lot of gold from that fight, which is going to get him closer to AC. He should definitely not try to save up any money. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Tiny Airlines.
Yikes.
Well, man, didn't even buy a ticket, but they boarded him on that plane.
All right, well, that's a completed Assault Cuirass for Tiny. Stonebank getting bigger and bigger. How concerned do they need to be about this now?
I'm a little concerned how much Tiny does damage. I mean, this hero has, for a reason, first banned, first phased a lot of the time. Some teams do ignore him, but in a lot of the games, Tiny just looks very dominant. And this Silver Edge, like the Silver Edge pickup against the Bristleback, it works really, really well. Bristleback does have Blink Dagger, so he can close the gap and get on top of Tiny.
Okay, all right.
Again.
There's tossed up. 8's still alive, though. Gets the stun. Spear back. 8 has already fallen. They do have the dust. The stun. They need a little bit more damage. That Techies from downtown from B-God. There it is. There's a kill on Stonebank. Now his yard. And Lukey running for their life. So get Spear back, though. We'll give them a bit more time. Scourge chasing after Ray Lilisa here, trying to land that hairball. So they pay their attention over to Bloody 9, should be able to put out the decent amount of damage off screen here. But this is a long chase.
Yeah, he
All right,
used
they finally
all the
got
gold, bought the AC, which is a correct choice. I mean, they managed to kill the Sanking, which, okay, Bloody 9 gonna die on the bottom lane. Sanking bought back in the previous fight, so he's gonna be dead for a very long time. But yeah, Soul Catcher, like this ability also destroys Tiny. Kills all over the place. Tekis has been very active. The man, the bee god himself. Let me see that camera once again. He's 18 years old, but doesn't look like it. Looks a bit younger.
But he also looks very focused. This is a guy that, you know, he knows what his job is. It is to be
he takes his job very seriously.
hopping in on that Techies for a blast off from the other side of the screen.
Radiant's top
You love to see it. Or maybe you don't love to see it if you're on the side of DogChamp, right? But
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Scourge is just wailing away on these buildings.
Radiant's
No cares in the world, turns back. He's got to get a couple more hits off. Kits, again, chain gun Lina.
Radiant's top tower has
20
fallen.
kills on this Lina, my god. All right, there it is, a hit, the LSA, and a dead Rayla Lisa. They're just gonna go full on megas. The buyback comes out from Lukey. Not willing to give this up so easily.
Ember does not have buyback, but I guess it's very hard for them to tell whether he does or does not. You know, needs like 1,000 gold to be able to have it. They did not want to poke. They did not want to go in. Roshan will respawn in a minute.
Got the Ags online for Overloam too.
A Bristle Blade is available on Bristle. Man, the damage from the Quell Spray and the Warpath stacks. Like, once he gets that off, like right now, we're 500 damage.
Yeah, just jumps right on in, gets the stun off over onto the IO. Should be able to blow up Bloody 9 very easily. The BKB, he's just chasing after sports in the backlines. Kits, though, having a little bit of difficulty trying to man fight over on the side. They do manage to get those hits off, and there it is. He'll
That's
land the
game.
final blow as they continue just forcing over here. Lukey is going to fall, and like you said, it's game.
850 damage on a Bristleback in the end once he hits that level 25 talent. That's pretty insane. And also having a Blink Dagger to be able to close the gap and lock onto the target.